So Abhay, sorry, not just do you run Max, you also track what's happening in other hospitals. Are we now reaching a position, Mr. Soy, where you think that we're about to turn this deadly corner, that all the deaths that have happened have now peaked out, and that from here in a few days onwards, do you buy the data which suggests that India could be beginning the long process of recovery?
So Rahul, I sort of agree and disagree at the same time. Agree as far as the infection rate in Delhi NCR is concerned. We do close to 4,000 RT-PCR tests a day. Even our results show the same thing, that the positivity rate has come down over the last 5 to 7 days. And, I think a large part of the credit goes to the lockdown that we had over here. Having said that, I think the worst in terms of mortality and deaths is yet to come. Because what you're going to see is, from the peak of the pandemic, which is 7 to 8 days ago, most people, there is a particular life cycle of the virus. Most people do get critical after 8 to 10 days, and we're going to see a lot more criticalities and perhaps mortalities at this stage. Because, when we hit the hump about a week back ago, those people will be coming in critical to hospitals right now. Having said that, I do believe that the positivity rate reduction in Delhi NCR will definitely lead over the next few weeks to lesser number of caseloads coming into hospitals. Having said that, again, it's perhaps not true for the rest of the country because the virus seems to be going to tier 2 cities, tier 3 cities. There is a positive healthcare infrastructure over there. So, we have to kind of chase the virus and perhaps do mini lockdowns over there in order to break the chain.
Okay. Now, the other critical question is about beds. For the longest time at hospitals such as yours, there simply have been no beds available. And in fact, even inside your hospitals, those who needed ICU care were struggling because the number of ICU beds was far lesser than the number of people who needed ICU critical care. What's the current situation? Are beds now available? When will beds be available? Will you be able to provide healthcare facilities to those who need it?
Rahul, while the beds have been available, they have been rendered unavailable because of lack of oxygen, as you're aware. Over the last, few days, the situation seems to have improved a little bit because you've had the central government plug the gap by bringing in oxygen from outside the regular vendors and the regular supply lines that we have. And, over the next 8 to 10 hours, we will be looking at ramping up capacity. My only fear and hope at the same time is that, this added oxygen that we've got is sustainable, because obviously it's impossible to bring down capacity utilization or bring down the number of beds once you've already taken in the patients, because the average length of stay is 7 to 8 days. So we can't have a situation where we're going to move cautiously on this. We will ramp up capacity in the hope that this new supply lines and the fact that the central government is sort of plugged that, this sort of continues.
Are things actually getting better? We just heard from the largest manufacturer of oxygen in India, that they've been able to ramp up production and that there's now massive logistics in place. And yet I see from the WhatsApp groups between hospitals and government, desperate SOSs still going out, appeals for oxygen, cries that oxygen levels are running out. So where is this gap between the manufacturers telling us that they're now producing enough to meet our current requirements and these hospitals turning around and saying that they have no oxygen available?
I think, first and foremost, the capacity has always been there in India. And I think, everybody's spoken about it, and it's a well-acknowledged fact that the production of oxygen is being there. The challenges were with respect to logistics, but I'm afraid the bigger challenges were with respect to communication. Communication from suppliers, etc., that adequate amount of oxygen or what the schedules for the oxygen would be, and so on and so forth. Over a period of time, that has got ironed out a bit, and I certainly hope that that continues, because it kind of just exaggerates the entire situation. Earlier we used to get our supplies once in 2 days, because the amount of consumption has gone up to about 4-folds. The supplies come twice a day now. So in 2 days, they're coming 4 times. But what is required when you are doing such hand-to-mouth sort of just-in-time inventory management at the back end the communication needs to be absolutely spectacular, because without that it sort of leads to hoarding, be it in terms of beds, because you don't know whether those beds will be sustainable or not, whether the oxygen will come through or not, and so on. And eventually it's to the detriment of patients that you can't support patients while you have capacity in hospitals. Hopefully this is all behind us now, Rahul, like I said, and
You've
going
been
forward,
up several nights.